So hello and welcome to SeniorFlix. So today we're working on a multicultural segment of SeniorFlix. Our guest today is Cynthia Howard. So Cynthia lives at Shepherd Village here, and I've known Cynthia for many years. She and we attended People's Church for a long, long time, People's Church here in Toronto. So I've known Cynthia for a long time, and I've got to know her a bit better since we've lived at Shepherd Village here, eh, Cynthia?
Yep.
So you're from Trinidad. Tell us the differences and the similarities between where you grew up and where you're living now.
Well, where I grew up, I started in the countryside, and later on we moved down into the town. So I went to school for a while at the government school because we were backed by Britain, so colonialism and that sort of thing. So when I came here, as a big country, it was a little bit different to us. You all wasn't as cosmopolitan as us. Now you're getting there. This is something you hung up on the wall, but we are a twin island. In 1962, we got independence from Britain. So, you see, it said Twin Island Republic, so we became a republic.
Just turn that around
right?
so the camera. So that says the Twin Island Republic, Trinidad and Tobago.
And Tobago.
Okay.
It's a little island at the north
One
tip.
love, one people, one nation. Isn't that interesting?
Right, that's how it was.
Yeah.
So
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. I came from this area, Victoria, because we had what they call trade winds and everything. They separated.
Yeah.
So you can't go from one to the other. You can go, but by boat. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
so this
interesting.
is where I came from, San Fernando. We had many different people. So we are used to white people from all over the world, because we had, we produce asphalt for the street, the pitch.
Yes.
We have something called a pitch leak that they would dig up, but tomorrow when they go back, it's all grown back. They used to think that's a wonder of the world.
Okay, yeah.
And we had oil. We produce oil, lots of oil, citrus, coconut, sugarcane, even rice. We produce a lot of things, cocoa, coffee, and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of busy hub in the islands, in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have many different things we produce. So we had all the big ships coming in to take these things out. We have the big refinery called Pointe-à-Pierre.
Yeah.
And they had all these big things, tank things for the oil, and where the ships will come and take it and take it across the world, even especially to England those days. Mm-hmm.
Now the winters are a little different in Toronto from where you grew up.
We don't have winter at all.
How long have you been in? How long have you been in Canada then?
52 years, believe it or not.
Yeah. So you came here with your husband?
He came before.
He came first?
Yes.
And then?
He came in 69, and myself and my friend came in 71.
I see.
January 71, the 11th, in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Oh, middle of winter. Well, that was a wake-up call. Yeah.
Well, we were so anxious to see these things because we had seen it on television back home and in the movies.
Yeah. So what was the attraction then for your husband to come to Canada?
A friend of his, he was a printer, and a friend of his who came invited him to come. And he came, and they worked together for a while, but he went back to Trinidad. He died now. Although he was younger, he died.
Yeah.
And my husband died 11 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we came here, and having somebody with you, we explore a lot on our own, and he had friends here who we knew, and they would tell us where to go, how to go.
Yeah.
The only thing I had problem with is when they tell me go east or west. I said, don't tell me that. Tell me left or right when I come out of somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I'm not here. I don't know which is east and which is west.
Yeah.
But we got the hang of it very quickly, to the point when his friends will said, you guys don't go out today. We're going already. When we came, we first was at Danforth and Coxwell. And we had to find our way. He was at work, so we had to find the grocery store, the laundry,
Yeah.
And the post office, because those days the post office was the quickest linked.
Yeah.
So we didn't have telephone yet.
Yeah.
So the post office.
So what were the biggest differences that you found in
It's just the snow and the cold days.
the cold weather?
And those days had snow. We don't have snow now.
Yeah, yeah. Things have changed.
Yeah, have
Yeah.
changed a lot.
Yeah. But you've been here for a long time, so you obviously like Canada.
Of course. When I retired, my sister said, "Are you going to come back home?" I said, "No." I said, "I scarcely know anybody back there now."
Yeah.
Because I left so long. But I used to go every 2 years when Mom was alive.
Yeah,
And she came up a couple of times.
yeah.
Yeah, but Daddy, he didn't travel. But he died just after I left. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you work sort of outside the home when you...
Yes, I work in the print shop as well.
So you work with your husband?
That's where I met him, yeah.
Oh, that's where you met him?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was what they call a compositor at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, when I came here, I tried to get a job, but they wasn't hiring women doing that. I don't know if you know about Bess, used to be on Don Mills. Forget what Bess, and I went there. And he was nice. He said, "I don't have a job for you, but I want to see if you know what you're talking about." So I went, because when I first started working, we used to set the types in a little metal thing. Those little things, you had to stand them up,
Yeah.
and then you put space in them to fit them in that little thing they call, what do we call it again? A stick, we call it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'll take it out carefully, and you'll put it in a place where you could lean it up until you put the full paragraph of
Yeah.
whatever you're setting.
Yeah,
But then later on came in the linotype,
yeah.
which was a little strip already printed out, which was
Okay.
much easier to work with.
Okay.
So when I came, and he's showing me the types and stuff, I said, "We don't do that anymore. We do the linotype." He said, "What?" I said, "Yes, we have linotype." And I showed him the machine, and I told him, and they did a few pieces, and I put it together.
Yeah.
He was surprised. He said, "Well, I'm sorry." He said, "I told you I couldn't give you a job because that's a man's job here." The only part of the pantry was for a woman.
Yeah,
Here was in the bindery.
yeah.
But we did the setting of the types, the men did the machine
Yeah,
and those sort of things.
yeah.
But that was nothing new to me
Yeah.
because I did that already. And he was surprised that I knew that. He said, "Well, I could." And then they had the strike with the telegraph people then.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Yes,
Yes,
that's when we came.
Yeah.
So he said, "I couldn't give you a job." He said
Yeah.
the men wouldn't like that too
But
much.
but you managed anyway between
Yeah,
you,
we
you
managed.
and
I
here
worked
you
in the
are.
hospital for a while, and I went to night school and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then I ended up in the day surgery. I used to help with the patients when they come in
yeah,
and all that sort of stuff. Then
Yeah.
I went upstairs and worked for a while, and then I retired. But then I went back and volunteered for 20 years.
volunteer for 20 years. Well, that's not bad,
I'm one of those
Cynthia.
persons who can't keep quiet.
So most of your experience in Canada has been good,
Yeah, very good.
but there's some things that probably weren't so good.
Well, I think God was with us because we grew up in the church back home.
Yeah,
My grandmother was Baptist, so we started off at Baptist. And I wish I had a picture to show you with me always in the choir
yeah.
from 10 years old.
Were you in the choir at People's Church?
Oh, yes, I was in there for 20-something years.
Yeah,
When
yes.
I had both knees, then I didn't go anymore.
Yeah,
And they keep bugging me. I say, "I'm too old now."
yeah, yeah. I was never in the choir, but I used to see you I used to be usher upstairs,
Yeah.
you know, and I used to
Yeah.
look down and I'd see the choir and
Well, how I got into People's Church, I used to watch it on television. And somehow I liked Pastor Paul. The old man was still there.
yeah,
So when I came here, my aunt, she was Catholic, and she was living in the town now, and she insists we should be Catholic. So I joined. But the Catholic home and the Catholic here, it was too wishy-washy for me.
Yes, yes, yeah,
So I prayed and I said, Lord, when we moved to Leslie and Finch,
yeah,
I used to go when we were down at, we moved up to Dunn Mills.
yeah,
We were at Dunn Mills opposite the mall. And then we bought the first place of Leeward Glenway. That was a new area, sort of.
yeah,
So there was a Catholic church I used to go to. That was a little bit more like back home.
yeah,
So when I moved to Leslie and Finch, I prayed. I said, Lord, my husband was Anglican. And to me, Anglican and Catholic was the same. Because I went to these places, to weddings and different things,
Yes.
so I have an idea.
yeah,
So I prayed. I said, Lord, could you send me to a good church? And one Tuesday night, minding my business, the doorbell rang. And there was Linda Summers
yeah,
and Bill Hiron
yeah,
and another lady.
yeah,
Normally, at that time of night, I wouldn't invite anybody inside, but somehow I was just drawn to Linda,
yeah,
and I invite them in.
yeah,
And they came, they told me to read the gospel and all that stuff, and asked if I die, if I'll go to heaven. At first I quipped, yes, because I did everything we had to do in the Catholic
Yes,
Church.
yes.
But then, when she came back and I thought about it, there was so much thing I didn't know. So I tell her I'm not sure. And
Yeah.
she asked me if I would like to be led, and I said yes.
yeah.
And the rest is history. I'm still there, over
Yeah.
30 years.
Over 50 years, that's good, yeah,
And we are still friends. We spoke up to yesterday.
yeah.
I went to the kids' wedding.
Excellent, yeah. But when you think back to Trinidad, then there must be things back there that you look back on that said that was pretty good, and
Yeah,
you
it was
probably
pretty
miss-
good because of the way we grew up. We were involved in stuff. You know, in school, at Christmas time, we had concerts, and we
Yeah.
will do it just like the Bible said in the Baptist. But
Yeah.
in the Catholic Church, I didn't do the concert. But I was in other things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And when I came to People's Church, I never remember Enid Gray. She doesn't come much. She's not well. A
okay,
black lady from Jamaica. She was a missionary.
okay,
She went all over the place. It's so sad now.
yes,
Like mission conference, she will be there.
yeah, yes, yeah,
And she said to me when she saw me, don't just come and sit in the pew, get involved.
yeah,
And that I did.
yeah,
Not willingly, but
yeah,
Iona was the first to invite me to the
Yeah.
seniors
yeah,
to help. And I was helping, and my husband used to play cricket. He used to umpire. Here he didn't play
yeah,
because he was older then.
yeah,
And I told Pastor Starr, I said, Pastor Starr, on Saturdays, I don't have a husband on Sundays. Could I come and help? I was 59 then. He said, sure, why not? Those days you had to be 60.
okay,
And the rest is history. I'm still there.
yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So I've never been to Trinidad, but I mean I see things on TV and so on. So what are the big differences then? I mean the food in Trinidad is a bit different from
Yeah.
Toronto, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have people who cook the same thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had no special. On a Sunday was the special day.
Okay.
We'll have either baked chicken or baked pork or something.
Yeah.
Christmas time is a turkey,
Yeah.
and you'll have macaroni pie.
Yeah.
That is a side dish, potato salad,
Yeah.
coleslaw or tossed salad,
Yeah.
and these sort of things. So we didn't eat any
Yeah.
sort of thing different
But
to
in
anybody else.
Toronto, there's a lot of accommodation for that kind of food. I mean,
yeah,
there's a
when
lot
we
of,
came here, you had to go down to, what's that place? Because I have been down there in years, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same.
No.
Because now you could get a West Indian store anywhere.
Yeah.
But when we came, that was the only place.
Yeah.
Jewtown, they used to call it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's down College
Yeah.
and Spadina, I think.
Yeah. And the music down there is a bit different.
Well, not too, well, it's a bit different now, because now they have, the Jamaicans do the reggae,
Yeah.
and they cook the what you call it? I don't like it too much. It's too much pepper.
Yeah.
They jerk pork and they
So
jerk.
do you like that sort of music? Are you big on the reggae sort of music? Or?
It depends because they have different types.
Yeah.
The same thing, we were the leading of calypso.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had different types. You have the slow kinds, but they play the foxtrot, the waltz, the jitterbug. My husband and I was
All
good
of
at
those good
that.
things,
Oh
yeah.
boy, that was fun.
Yeah.
Because he worked at Allen's Manufacturing and they used to have a
Yeah.
lovely Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And we did it and we showed off. Everybody stopped to watch us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But dancing was a part when you grew up. We
Yeah.
had like this society, the lodge,
Yeah.
but not those secret things.
Okay.
This was a part of the society.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was near to where we used to live. So we had fair and dance for the kids.
Yeah.
So you'll have music, but you go from about 2 o'clock till 5 or 6, and that's it.
Yes. Yes.
The older people go later.
Yes.
And my father used to dance, so I learned to dance.
Yeah. Yes.
And I did like dance. It was sort of exercise
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
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 So we were active. And
Yeah.
no matter where we lived, if there was a church, we went.
You were there.
Daddy wasn't going, but he made sure we did.
It was a good community.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we grew up in the church all
Yeah.
the time. I'll show you this picture I told you about. As a teenager, I made the hat and the dress.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So is there anything else that we should talk about then, Cynthia?
Well, what else? It wasn't a shock to me because, like I said, although I wrote that, we had, like I said, all the different people come because with all those products we had a lot of people from England as well as the United States. So we grew up with white people all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
My grandmother, she was a cook in an area where they had office,
Yeah.
and we used to go and spend weekends
Yeah.
with her sometime because it's just her and our grandpa.
Yeah.
And we love to go because you get nice food. So we
Very
love
good.
to go.
Very
So
good.
we mixed. We
Yeah.
were always mixed. And then we had Indians, we had Spanish. We had people in Trinidad, had people from all over the world at
Yeah.
that time because of the refinery and all those things we
Yeah.
produce.
Yes, that's right.
We had people coming. So it
Yeah.
wasn't, it
Yeah.
was not something that we don't know.
Yeah.
We accustomed seeing people and we mixed with some. But the people were nice.
Sure.
We were lucky.
Yeah.
When we came at Coxwell, and my girlfriend and I boarded the bus, my husband told us to meet him at Coxwell station. Well, we didn't know about having to pay the ticket there.
All right.
But they took us on the bus. They didn't tell us anything.
Yeah.
And they dropped us off. So we saw this door with the bar. So we went across to the one that had no bar. We didn't know. And the guys didn't tell us either.
Yeah.
They were so busy questioning us where we came from and what not, and we busy telling them. When my husband showed up, he said, "Did you all pay?" I said, "Pay what?" He said, "It's $100 if you don't pay." We didn't know, but they didn't say anything to us.
Lots to learn, eh, Cynthia?
Yeah.
Now, how long have you lived at Shepherd Village?
I'm here since 2019, before
Yeah.
the COVID started.
Yeah. That's good. And things are going well for you at Shepherd Village?
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted was to sing a bit of our anthem.
Yes. All right. Let's do
Okay.
that. That would be wonderful.
Tell me when you're ready.
Ready. We're ready, Mandy.
Okay. This is the chorus from my anthem from Trinidad and Tobago, and I would like to share this with you all. Where every creed and race finds an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Where every creed and race finds an equal place, and may God bless our nation.